So he made that point, and it was tweeted, right? This is up on Twitter. Micah Parsons quote tweeted it and wrote, "Besides Mahomes, every team in the Final Four's quarterback is on a rookie deal and surrounded by talent. Interesting take." And so the entire world sort of in unison said, he's taking a shot at Dak. And so a little while later, Parsons said, "No, I'm not. Listen, we're not going to sit here like I'm talking about Dak. When I get paid, I want a big contract too. Come on, stop reaching." Doesn't feel like we're reaching.
Isn't it a reach?
It's certainly not a reach. Whether he thought of it or not, it is most certainly not a reach, Dan Graziano.
He doesn't say what he was talking about. That's the thing, right? If you're not talking about Dak, fine, but what did you mean? Look, this is the world we live in, right? And social media, and everybody's got a voice, and everybody feels like their opinion and their voice has to be heard on every single topic, no matter what it was. But I would not feel like I was reaching if I was Dak Prescott and I was taking that as a shot. I mean, it just feels like you just got eliminated. Yeah. You're looking at everybody else who's still in the playoffs, and you say that based on what Brandon Beane said.
And it doesn't make it wrong.
This is also on the heels. No, it is. But look, it's also on the heels of after the game, Parsons basically saying, I'm paraphrasing now, defense played well enough to win. Right? I mean, he basically said that. So that's twice this week that he didn't take a shot at Dak Prescott. What do you think it all adds up to?
Listen, it's a reality. And I think they have to start thinking about what Dak's future is, and they have to go out and, I think, draft a young quarterback. Remember, the same way you got him is the same way you lose him. So Dak Prescott got his opportunity because he was able to step into a roster that was pretty good, and Tony Romo was in his contract on a big deal. So what happened is he became cheap. And so he became the alternative so that they can stack the deck. We talk about it all the time. And I was the master. Every team I was on that had success stacked the deck, right? When you say, Bart, what do you mean stack the deck? When I have a cheap quarterback, that means every other position I can go out and I can fill it with great players that are already proven. Mm-hmm. When I came here, we had Alan Faneca, Damon Woody, myself, Jason Taylor, Trevor Price. These are all people we went out and spent top dollar for. The problem is it's not sustainable. So it's two ways to win in this league. You either win with a young quarterback and a stacked deck, or you have a guy that can overcome not having a deep roster. Peyton Manning used to do it all the time. What the beauty was about Tom Brady was they could stack the deck a little bit because he wouldn't take the top of the market money. So this is the reality of it.
The point you're making is that Dak Prescott is not one of the players, like maybe Patrick Mahomes is and others, who can overcome
So the issue is, in this league too often, we confuse good with star with superstar. It is only 3 superstar quarterbacks in this league. It's Allen, Burrow, and Mahomes. Everybody else are to a certain extent, is a product of a system. Jalen Hurts is not a superstar. And if Philadelphia decides to pay him like he's a superstar, you have to capitalize early on in the first couple of years of a big extension because you have to start saying goodbye. Amari Cooper is not there because Dak Prescott contract is. So that means he has to overcome and make Gallup a great player.
I haven't had you here this week. Obviously, Dak had a terrible game on Sunday. I mean, there's no defending it. Even those of us who remain fans of his, there's no defending the fact that he played badly, and he was the first one to say it. He has no guaranteed money in his contract after this coming season. He will be their quarterback next year. Yeah. But could you see a world where someone else is their quarterback the year after that?
It's the NFL. You could see things changing all the time, especially when there's no guaranteed money. The second your guaranteed money is up, you are basically
year to year.
Year to year. You're a year-to-year player depending on your performance. So, the NFL is cycles, right? You have cycles of players coming in, and there's windows of opportunity.
2 to 3 year window.
When you're building these rosters up and you hit the jackpot, you get a young quarterback on a rookie contract. That's great. I mean, look at the 49ers. If they win on Purdy right now, they got 4 years. They have a window where they have a great roster. They could spend money elsewhere, and they could go after it. So, what Parsons is saying basically is, look at what the championship divisions are right now.
Right.
They're young players, young quarterbacks under rookie contracts.
Now, Burrow, we assume, is about to become one of these.
Right. That's why it's important for them to win.
But here's the point: is the Cowboys are going to show us what they think of all of this. They could extend him now, right? Yes. They could work out a new deal,
absolutely,
extend it, make the money friendly or whatever it is. It'll be very interesting to see if they do that.
Yes, and the way his contract is built, something probably needs to be done this offseason in terms of a restructure, if not an extension, a restructure to lower the cap number. So they looked ahead and said, well, at this point in the 2023 offseason, we are going to either want to extend him or be able to restructure him. This is a critical offseason, and you're absolutely right, Greeny. What they do in terms of do they extend him, do they restructure, do they do nothing, will tell us a lot about how they feel about it going forward. You're absolutely correct.
Teams that have failed. The Ravens have failed. The Giants have failed because they had a window with a cheap contract, and now they have to try and win after they pay their quarterback. And it's more difficult to win that way because if anybody gets hurt from your core of your superstars that you pay, the next player behind him is not as good. That's always been the NFL. Look at what Russell Wilson did. He was the first one to really show us that you can win a contract and stack the debt.
Go ahead, really fast.
And if you take a little less, and you're not setting the market, and you take a little less, but you win championships, you'll win it.
You'll become Tom Brady.
You'll make a lot more.
I've been saying that for years.
You'll make a lot more in the long run.
Everyone yells at me when I say that. I think it makes it. Look, I can actually solve this problem from an NFL standpoint. I'll do it on my radio show later today. I don't have the time for it here. Like most geniuses, I won't be fully appreciated until long after. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.